Alrighty, guys. Sorry, I am absolutely a little bit late. We have a slight update to our game, a little bit. Um, for most of you, we have changed the graphics on the weather. I found a new weather system mod that I use. Hopefully we'll see how this works for today. This modding and stuff. Um, I'm gonna need to turn on at least that light for it. Um, Sorry, I know I have my thing going on like that. Now, within today, we just installed a better weather system. I could have done the better raindrops, because the raindrops did kind of improve, but I don't think I wanted to look for a better, a better skybox. But we are going to finish this up, guys. We do got some traveling time to do today, um, to finish up this job. Um,
People are saying that you can tell how good looking you are.
no, jeez. Um, but the thing that we've got a lot going on for us for today, um, is we've got the um 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 not that I'm live there. And then we're over here. Is we've got some good news for PlayStation Plus members. Actually a fantastic month of December. We'll see how January goes, we'll see how things go, but this month, um, we've got 6 games, possibly 6 games on right now. Um, but we've got games that we have got 6 games that I am very much happy with that are coming. 5 games for sure. 3 of those games I am Neon White. Very much been interested in that game. I was thinking about buying it myself when I got a job. I don't have to now. It's on PlayStation Plus. And then we've got, not only that, we've got Killing Floor 3. I've been wanting to get into Killing Floor again. I have the first one, but I haven't played the second one. I haven't played the second Killing Floor. I've only played the first, and that's just gonna be fantastic for me to play the third one, because to see what it's all about. And then a couple other games, Lego Horizons, the Horizons game for the PlayStation thing that they did a collab with. And then I think like the Singularity, and then a horror game. There's also supposedly a skating one that's also coming. out with it. So there's going to be 6 games, which I'm happy with, and I'm happy with a lot of the PlayStation games and PlayStation things coming to it. And this is going to be a great month for a lot of PlayStation fans. Neon White, especially. Um, one of the things that I really love about PlayStation is that I could probably pay the $80 a month, and I'd be happy. I would be happy with the $80 a month. Um, um, yeah, this is surprising. That I don't have, that I don't have the, I wonder if it's because I installed that, yeah, um, hold on. I'm wondering if I installed that mod. Hold on. We're gonna save this just because we're here. Um, for today, we'll save it as live 11/26/2025 2. I know I spelled live wrong. Jeez, how can I be so submissive about that? Cause I feel like I feel like that's something with this new mod that I installed. That I'm probably gonna uninstall anyway. Because I'm gonna reinstall the weather system because the one I used the better raindrops one, um, within here, um, and the one I'm using currently is the realistic weather system. Okay. Um. Okay, let's go back to the Steam Workshop. And type in weather. Okay, so it's November 24th. I think we can subscribe to this one. No. Confirm those changes. And then we'll upgrade with this one. And plus, it's been updated since November 24th. So we have it for the late. I think we'll have it for 1.56. Cause I've been looking for a good rain mod that would be willing to be good for my game. But I gotta remember where, as we're downloading this, I forgot, where I'm supposed to put this. Because we're on 1.56. This is where I use a lot of my mods, but I forget where I'm supposed to put them. I think mods. Okay, so it's after the loading screen. For it. So basically we put the background map following that. I'm pretty sure I will put it pretty much after the yeah. Pretty much I'm just making sure that I think I could put it right after right after before the fairy killer. So basically where I have it initially, I just have to make sure that the weather mod gets put up before my sound stuff. So so I think we'll try that. This mod out. This just means that I'm gonna have a little bit more graphical intensity in the game. Alright. I'm just glad that I don't... And if we end up failing, then I'll just go back and reinstall the old mod. Yeah, something's up. Um... Because I'm wondering why... It might have just me needing to restart the gap. Let's see if that fixes it. Yeah. Okay. So what's the issue with this? Okay, so this one's not gonna be what we use. Okay. Unsubscribe from that one. Because it might not load. Most subscribe. Okay. I'm seeing if there is anything. Okay. Most popular all time. Yeah, because I have this one, and then I have this one. Um... And then... There's gotta be one that I did subscribe. There, that's the real... We'll try these two. I'll still subscribe, but we'll try those two first. But let me check to see... hold on, it's this one, right? Okay. So we're gonna do the realistic rain and realistic thunder sounds. But what we'll do is we'll go here. And then we'll go down here with that. We'll put the better raindrops back in if we see better. Because I've been trying to figure out where it's compatible with all map mods. So that's going to help in having just better sounds. And it might not load because we installed that extra weather app thing, but we'll see. Yeah, okay. So let's go back down to here. Because it's missing, because it's got that better raindrops. We'll see if it's the weather system itself. That's not load. That's why it's not loading. Yeah, the mods manager shows, like, no, we just go up here. Yeah, there's a thing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna check the manage, properties. Verify the integrity of game files. Real quick. If we have an issue with this, then I'm gonna get off, and we will just talk about what we were gonna do anyway. Anyway, we're having some major issues, so I'm seeing if any of these things can fix our problems. Because I don't want to see any. Here's my number. And I have no idea why. No, okay. I checked to verify the integrity of the files because I unsubscribed from a mod, and it might be because we missed some verified integrity of files. So we'll see if this now fixes it. Yeah, I shouldn't have Like, it might be because of the mod that I was using. It could be that new mod. So I don't know. Okay. So now, what we need to do, is we're missing, hold on. It could be that we are missing, that's not the right better raindrops mod. Because there's a better update for it. So let me go, okay. Could we just end up losing their job? Yeah, see, it then, yeah, hit Alt F4. Something's up with it. I do have a backup file, if we need to. I'm gonna try that. Not gonna try that right now. Because because of the better weather system corrupted the files, I think. Okay. Now, because I think it needs to go back to we need to find better raindrops. Yeah, that's the one that I have. Unsubscribe and then resubscribe to the mod again. Exit the mod manager. And then show only Steam Workshop items just to make sure. Okay. I think we'll go back to not utilizing those, because it's not wanting to load. So we'll see if we can load. It might be a corrupted file. But if we're able to load, yeah, I think it was just that mod. And I uninstalled the other one, so we're just gonna go back to using the mods that we were using before, because they work well within this game. I just needed the better graphics mod just because. Because I realized I went into the wrong spot. But anyway, I found out why that mod does not work well. Well, so alright. Now we're into Poland, so we're back into Poland, which we got the rebuilding going on. But hey, we at least figured out what our issue was. I just went back to utilizing the other two because I was like, I saw a better weather mod earlier today that I wanted to use, and it doesn't work well with this game with the mods I have. So, but there was a thing that pretty much basically it's the thing is like with the technology with not technology, but with the PlayStation Plus stuff, like I'm absolutely in love with that. You guys know that, but I'm just really there, and I'm really happy with spending the money that I do on PlayStation. I will probably most likely drop my PlayStation thing down to the $80 this next year. When it gets closer to the date that I'm supposed to put my PlayStation into play, when it's supposed to be, so that I can just decrease the PlayStation Premium down to 80, because I'm like, I hardly ever do, and if I do, it's mostly for Time Splitters, and I'm like, I can just buy Time Splitters on the PlayStation Store anyway. And they're working on a Time Splitters a Time Splitters Rewind thing going on, and they have like an official teaser now. So they've been out there for a while now working on this Time Splitters thing, and I'm just like, they're coming out into early access, which if that's any good indication that Time Splitters could be coming back anytime soon. I would be happy, and I would be happy with it. One of the best shooter games in the history of shooters. Um, like first-person shooters, like Call of Duty and Battlefield and all these other things. It was actually the best um, game in its entirety for me. I pretty much own Time Splitters 1 on the PlayStation. I think I own Time Splitters 2, and I think I own Time Splitters 3 also on the PlayStation. I might be wrong. I might own a couple of those on the game. I might own 2 and 3 on the GameCube, but I know I have Time Splitters. I know I have all 3 of them, but they're just fabulous games. They improve. Time Splitters 1 started it, and then 2 improved upon the campaign, and then 3 improved it even further. The campaign got better on the 3rd one, and it just was one of those games that I can never say no to, and not because it's the creativity that you could also do in the game, but I also liked the maps and the things, and I just loved every ounce of Time Splitters. Time Splitters just big influence in my life for games that are really up there within my top 10, within my top 100 games of all time. To be honest, I haven't gone through. It'd be tough to say that. Oh, freaking speeding offense, but it's pretty much one of those things that I really love about video gaming is just the sheer amount of games that we do have. There's a lot of PS2 games out there that I have never played. A lot of GameCube, a lot of video games out there that I've never touched in my entire life that I probably would have interest in, and there's never really got into. I'm somebody now today. I'm more into collecting games that I really seem interested in, and things like that. Like, to be honest, like I pretty much own every PlayStation. At least own some of every PlayStation system out there. I at least own a little bit of PlayStation 1, a little bit of PlayStation 2, more so 2 than any other system out there for PlayStation. I own some PlayStation 4, and I own some PlayStation 5, but 5 is the one that's got the least amount of physical games that I have. Everything else is all everything out of the PlayStation, the 2 is the one that I've played the most out of, the one that I really have a lot of plays for. And to be honest, I did not own a PlayStation 2 until pretty much 2007, 2008 when the PS3 was out. And I didn't even know about the PS3, I didn't even know about the Xbox 360, to be honest, until I was like later in like 2013, I went and bought an Xbox. I thought it was the worst purchase ever at the time, because I went to school and I just ended up giving it up, and I'm like, and then now today I'm like, I wish I'd never gotten rid of my Xbox, because Xbox has been one of those systems that after the 360 I kind of did not like, to be honest. And I just with a lot of things going around with Microsoft and things, like, I will tell you, like, I am not a big Microsoft fan as I used to be. I still kind of have some games out there that I will still play on occasion, like Age of Empires and Halo, but it's not like something I'm going out there to actively play rigorously, to go out and willing to buy a lot of Xbox titles, to be honest. You know, Call of Duty is the only other one that I would play from Microsoft anyway, because I've been invested in Call of Duty since since Modern Warfare 3 on the Wii. Like, I've pretty much played pretty much every Call of Duty, except for Black Ops 7. And probably the PC, and probably like some of the PC titles. I did play like Call of Duty, the very first Call of Duty. Actually, it wasn't too bad of a game. I actually enjoyed that. For online stuff, enjoyed the game. One of my favorites. In the World War II stuff. But I still don't really like World War II as much. I'd rather learn about it through official museums and things. Really dumb with Linux sometimes with this game. Like I get that graphical glitch every now and then. I hate the graphical glitches. But I will tell you, I've loved the Microsoft. At some point, I used to be kind of this person that kind of fell in love with Microsoft. I thought, oh, Microsoft is going to be this big, huge company that I could support and spend my time supporting a lot of. I don't support it as much anymore. Even as somebody who pretty much gets into a lot of these things, I'd rather sit down and support PlayStation because PlayStation's doing a lot better. And Microsoft is kind of not really there. They're kind of there, they're kind of not in the space of creating systems. Like I have been using Linux since probably for a little while now. And I find Linux to be a little bit touchy on some games like this, but it's still not bad for a lot of for it. I do occasionally will get those things. I would probably wish that there was like a Linux native support for it. Like a native support. Like I'm wondering if I am installing the native support of Linux, or if I am using the Windows. Because if I'm using the Windows, on it, then yeah. But it's one of those things, guys, where I'm not big into really saying, hey, you can go buy Xbox, you can go play Xbox all you want, do whatever you want, it's your choice. I pretty much only have like 3 titles in the entirety history of Xbox where I've actually kind of like, okay, these games are really good Xbox titles that I can really get my teeth into these days. Today with new titles. Halo's kind of one of those that I don't really would say no to for the new one. I'm not really interested in it because the point of the matter is, like, I am just like somebody that's like a purist in some regards. Like I'm not like completely a purist in everything, in a lot of my games. Like I'm not a purist in I'm not a purist in this game. I'm not somebody that likes to keep the game fully pure, but I do like to keep some of these games that if I'm really loving the game, I really like the game, and there's nothing wrong with the base game, I'm going to just basically rather play the base game. Could dig out my Xbox 360 and play Halo 1, or dig out the Master Chief Collection on PC and play Halo 1 again. I'd rather sit down and play that than play the new one that's out. But I will tell you, like, you know, PlayStation is just doing a lot of the work this year for us. For what it's worth, PlayStation is there. We're gonna have, I think Valve is gonna be another contender within the space. That we are gonna have these contenders within within it. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure the Steam machine's gonna be $1,000 or less. If it's more than $1,000, I'm not gonna go out and buy the Steam machine. I would rather just go and get a I'd rather spend $500 more in getting a computer. If it's over $1,000, I'd like, okay, I will get I'll just go out and buy a $1,600 computer using a 9070 XT, utilizing the 7700X, to be honest. But I would probably maybe even just go with the with the um, with the 9000 series thing. I'd probably go with the 9800X 3D if I could get one. You know, I'd probably spend $2,000 on a computer at that point. Like, I already have, I would spend 2,000 just to get a 1,000-watt power supply, get myself that point of just getting a better computer than that, and being able to, not be tied down. I can upgrade the computer. I can do some things that might be able to improve my quality of life, when I want to. Like, I could upgrade this computer right now, to go with a better GPU, but I'd have to get a job first so I can buy the GPU, and then once I get that GPU, then sell off this current GPU. I'd sell it off to Java, to be honest. And because Java would do pretty well, doing it that way, building, and then utilizing that for a better graphics card, because I would rather have a better graphics card. Now I'm gonna upgrade the graphics card to an AMD graphics card. Not a do a better AMD graphics card, just upgrade it to meet better standards, because I feel like that I always sometimes will get these. I'm sometimes getting to that 99% on the ultra setting, that I feel like I probably should upgrade my GPU. My CPU doesn't get bottleneck. My CPU, it's just my graphics card I'd upgrade once. And and I would rather do that than do that, because then I would have slightly better graphics even for the right now, even if I was just looking into getting another computer. Just upgrade the graphics card for this one, and then but then again, I might not. I might just keep the computer the way it is and just get a new computer, brand new. And I'm not saying like getting a brand new computer just to get a brand new computer. I'm just saying to get a brand new computer for gaming, gaming first. As I use this computer use this computer directly as a capture piece, as a streaming PC, so that I don't have to use it on one PC, and I would be pretty much happy with the extent of that. I would probably maybe take out this computer, upgrade, maybe maybe just upgrading the CPU to a going up to a 58 on it. Um, Upgrade the CPU more than anything, because this one I wouldn't mind upgrading it to the 58 and change out the cooler, because I would have to change it out because there's no way I could do it. Change that out and just go with a different a different cooler style. But that would be about all um, that I would do with a computer like that. Sorry, my phone just quit out on my. On me. So yeah, I would do that just for better graphical settings, better things to increase my game setup for it, and I think it would be better just to have better graphics, better things to really. Did I miss a turn? Of course I did. Of course I did. Yay. But you know, the political side of things on a lot of this Microsoft thing. The only thing that I'll talking a little bit of politics is I want the Xbox to be its own. I think we need to segregate Xbox away from Microsoft and make it its own direct service. Instead of making it its own service rather than putting it tied to Microsoft, because I feel like that a lot of these things going on within Microsoft is like they're greedy, and Sony's greedy too. I'm not gonna say that Sony's not greedy. I'm not saying Steam's greedy either, but I'm just saying that I feel like sometimes that that Steam is not as greedy as, say, Microsoft and Sony. Nintendo's kind of getting a little bit greedy there, but I think Microsoft is way more greedy than anything else. Because the whole point of the matter is that Microsoft is just being one of those companies that you're out there wanting to do AI, but there's not enough power. Like, we got a lot of these data centers that can't even pull the power because everybody's needing data, everybody's needing it. It's like, why can't they build these data centers with solar panels on top and have better connectivity, better and have better quality of life for us to utilizing. Why can't we start utilizing that? You know, we have and it's this whole thing around AI is just really starting to. It's like, I think what we should really be doing is, instead of AI should never really, if it's taking us so much power to use, we should not be using AI as a capacity where we should be building more data centers data centers. If these data centers cannot have any power to run in these areas, and why are we building them? Like, we need to really not be doing that. Now, of course, you know, I'm not a big somebody who supports China, who I don't, I'm not like a big huge supporter of China. Like, I'll buy goods wherever I feel like it. I don't care if it's American made. I don't care if it's what it's made from, or where it's made in. I don't care. I'm not somebody that's like that. But I will tell you that, but I'm still kind of not supportive of China really as a lot. I more will tell you I support Palestine, the Palestinians. Do not support Hamas, but support the Palestinians, and I support Ukraine. I do not support Russia. I do not support Israel right now. And as somebody who believes in Christ and believes in Christianity and things, Palestine should have had its own statehood by now. And that's what they need. And I'm not saying, like, look, like, we can still have, there can still be issues and still have problems within these countries, and still have problems. But to be honest, like, we have a lot of problems, but in the EU, they now have to support same-sex marriage in the EU. I'm not talking about Europe itself, I'm talking about European Union. They have to support same-sex marriage now. So, basically, because of a European judge, because of the EU judge, and that's fine to see, that's fine and dandy, and great, you know, and it's like, a lot of these people don't understand that it doesn't bother, like, it shouldn't bother, like, if it bothers you that a same-sex couple is allowed to get married, then it should also bother you that, then you should also be bothered by by some of these people in these churches. You should be bothered by a lot of these corporations taking away a lot of your money, making sure that you're being paid the bare minimum instead of getting paid a livable wage. You should be caring about the life of these other people, to making sure that these people have at least a decent thing. I'm not like, for me, like, I'm not somebody out there that says that, you look, I'm always somebody that's out there that's willing to when I look at a job, like I said, I want just barely enough for me to basically have to basically pay my bills and have a little bit left over, not making ends meet. I shouldn't have to make paycheck to paycheck. I should not be making paycheck to paycheck. I should be, I should not be making paycheck to paycheck. I should be, I should be doing the minimum sentiment of that. If I should be having money to basically make ends meet, and then add some, and on top of that, to add some for savings, to add for things that, in case something does happen, that I can go out and do this. Like, I am seriously thinking that, you know, on all of this, and I'm like, I have some really major problems with a lot of corporations not giving more. Like, if you're making record profit year over year, you should not be increasing prices year over year. Like, you should not increase prices. If you made money last year, you should not have to increase that price unless you have to, because you're gonna basically not you're gonna basically be down thousands of dollars if you made record, and then the previous year you didn't, like you made record profit 3 years ago, but then you're starting to, that's different. If you're not able to keep the profit that you should be making every year. I hate the randomness. I might have to get rid of Europe, a lot of Russia. Um, um, like, like, I didn't have any issues when I installed Pro Mods. I started having issues after I started using GMC Community. I'm wondering if it's just not um having that issue with it. But I don't have a lot of regrets or any um I meant to load the game. But I don't have any regrets switching over to Linux. I really actively trying to get away from we'll just go with the latest upload. But I don't have a lot of regrets being on Bazite, to be honest. Like, yeah, if I have to use Windows, guess what? I can still probably, if I'm not having any issues on Windows, then I will still have a laptop for Windows, and I'll just use it for EuroTruck, to be honest. And that'd be it. I wouldn't do anything else other than EuroTruck, to be honest. And and I would do that with my laptop per se. But I don't have any issues with American Truck. I just have issues in a EuroTruck. I wonder if it has to do with that there's a Linux port of it. And I'm like, thanks, we love fish, for joining. If you are in love with Fishbach, Michelle Fishbach, I am sorry. I am somebody that is very much a left-leaning person when it comes to everything except, like, I am left-leaning, but I am not super, super, super left. I only have a couple of things where I am right on these issues. I am left when it comes to everything except for guns. I am kind of I've kind of got a slight left leaning to it, but not super left on guns. I think we should have them, make sure that everybody's registered with it, making sure that everybody has making sure that we're keeping people safe, and if you're not registered, you go to jail for a lot longer. If it's not your gun, registered gun, you have to go to jail for it. Unless you're at a shooting range, then that's a little bit different. But even then, um, like I stand with that, and then the other thing that I stand with the right on is the climate change. But with a little bit of left on that issue. I'm not left leaning when it comes to these things. Because we need it better to the environment, so that we can reverse course on the environment. No, we're not going to be able to reverse course on the environment. We can't. We can't. Volcanoes, earthquakes are erupting. We're still going to have those things. But having more power and more electricity to do AI, doing variety of power, utilizing cleaner air, making sure that we have better air quality for the people living, um, instead of making them harder for them, um, making it bad on them because of it, um, and making sure that a lot of these things are out there supporting the safety of safety. Okay, I would rather we have safety in numbers than safety in I'd rather have safety in numbers than safety in um, than not being safe at all. I'd rather be safe, not use asbestos, not use these bad forever chemicals and things like that just really harm our body more than anything. I don't understand why we can't have the lifestyle that Europe has for our food. Like, yeah, if I have to give up my Mountain Dew because it's got these dyes in it, I would give up my Mountain Dew. I'm literally don't care. Like, I can deal with a lot of these artificial dyes being taken away. I don't care. Like, I think we should be following in some of Europe's footsteps in healthier lifestyles, and instead bring back the transportation, and bring better transportation to a lot of America. You know, I am somebody that we should be focused on that not instead of focus on these other technologies. We should be first thinking about. Well, I'd say that we just need to basically just follow in some of Europe's footsteps, stop utilizing um, um, just follow a lot into Europe's healthy lifestyles and things. Like, I'm not saying that we should stop everything and make everything like that. We just need to find a way to make people live a healthier lifestyle here in America. And the biggest thing is stop relying on cars as a mode of transportation, and making sure that we have, like, we can go and like all around every corner we have like a small little convenience store that we can go and get our things that we need, instead of going to these big box stores, break them out. Like, instead of having, like, if Walmart still want to be Walmart, just break out their stores, put them out in different spots, than us just going all the way to Walmart, and being forced into these places before. But there's a lot of these things where you know, that we can make better decisions on our food, stop using pesticides that really harm our food, to be honest, more than it should. um you know, there's a lot of things that really do change the aspect of our daily life, that, you know, we have these long portions of our days that we are just not really getting enough support on making sure that we have better safety. And you know, instead of like, we should be focused on making sure that we have um a lot of things where we should be focused on making sure that we do not have any issues with these airlines. You know, I think instead of putting us into making airlines, we should be focused on that these airlines need to be more proactive about if a flight gets canceled by weather or gets canceled because of this. They shouldn't have to refund it. They should just be able to rebook your flight for free for free and they should be able to give you the refund, or just give you enough time to get you enough to rebook that flight again if there is an issue on it. We shouldn't have to like get you a full refund. It should just be with the airlines itself, so that you can go. But so that if something happens because of winter storms or bad weather, um, um, and we should be doing that. We shouldn't be going out on a flight and say, you know, I don't care if you are going on a plane and wearing pajamas and stuff. I just don't care. But I do care about having some civility on these planes and making sure that, hey, you help those that can't get their luggage up onto that. You help them. You don't go and take somebody's seat if your ticket is directly named on that seat. You need to get up and move to your proper seat and stop complaining about, oh well, my kid, oh well, I didn't, well, I just let it randomly book it for me because and I said, oh well, I want to sit with my kids. Well, you have to really think about, okay, you plan poorly. You plan poorly on that point. It's like with this Sean Duffy thing. Basically, a lot of things. Yes, I agree with some of the things that he said about it, but like you should be wearing proper shoes in case like I will tell you, like, I don't wear I won't wear pajamas on a plane unless I'm going out for a 15-hour flight, because to be honest, going on a 15-hour flight um going from the United States to Japan or something, 15-hour flight, like, I would rather sit down and say, okay, that's the only time I would say would be a really good time that you can be in your pajamas, but with just wearing proper shoes, of course, but you can still be in your pajamas. Just don't put your feet on somebody else's thing, don't lean back if you're, like, a lot of those things. But we need to also make sure that these people that get these flights, making sure they get the proper care that is done for a canceled flight, making sure they can get rebooked, making sure that they can, you know, if they can't rebook, then they can get that in those things and refund in the airline that they booked it with. so that they can go back and and so they can use it for a thing. If they had a layover, they should get partial. They should get the fund refund for it, or being able to get enough to fund for another flight that they can use to get somewhere. Um, and focus on that instead of just putting people into these high bucket lists and putting people into these these places where, hey, look, I have an issue with a lot of those things. And safety is the little bit, having civility is good, but also having safety and making sure that if something gets canceled, like, we should be able to have enough to to get somewhere with that. Like, I usually don't complain too much. Um, like, don't sit there and kick somebody's seat just because you're bored. It's like, you should have thought about that. You should have, like, we have technology. We have the Steam Deck. We have these PlayStation. We have the Nintendo Switch, Switch 2. We have these handheld devices. Your computer. I wouldn't recommend your, like, we have a lot of these devices that are safe and usable on flights that we can do, that you can use. Um, making sure that you better prepare yourself. Like, you have books, you have a lot of these things that you can do to do things, and make sure that if you do, you wear headphones. Like, bring a pair of headphones that don't require. Uh, yeah, because I'm seeing when I get the. I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna move. I might have to see if there's a setting within Linux that just prioritizes um like, it's better priority. Um Here, hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna check a thing real quick. And then we will go get ourselves into a spot of safety. Hold on. System. Themselves. Hold on. Um. Estom. Um, um, Here, let me type in. Um, um, Search. Don't need that. No. Not what I'm looking for. I don't see any. Okay. I don't know if there is a way that I can fix anything. Um, we are so close to our destination. But I am wondering. We'll see. We'll see if we can get some rest up here. I'm wondering if there's a setting that I can do for it, like. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's gonna tell me that I can't go right that way, but I'm pretty sure that we can do it from up here. And we might as well grab gas while we're here. Hopefully, hopefully, we have nothing. And then I'll just pull out and go. Go around the circle today. If I hadn't made some of these mistakes, I feel like I would have been able to make it a lot better. But I think what I'm going to do is hold on. Did it not get set to? Like, I do make some poor decisions. Never. Like, if I hadn't made that mistake, I probably would have had a little bit shaved off some time. I would probably maybe figure out a way to make a mod that you can rest a lot better. Like, I have the game running at 60 now instead of running with... I don't like VSync. But But I don't know if we'll get there in 15 minutes though. But we are making at least almost getting 1 million in cash. I feel like after we get this one done, I feel like we'll be able to have getting us another handful of there's like nobody behind me. If there's nobody behind me, then I can do this. Because I don't want to have to go all the way around. And get myself into some... This one, we're just gonna go boom. Not waste any more time. Late penalty. Base reward. Pretty much what we were supposed to have received. Was if we go to calculator. 34, we were supposed to have received 34 3 plus 15 341 plus 8 523 plus 10.2 no 10 7 and then plus 6 136 and plus 6 136. Wait, did I already do that though? No, hold on. Okay, yeah. So then we take that minus 60 4 30. I feel like, yeah, we were supposed to receive like over like 74,000 on it. We were late. Let's go to company. No, company, garage manager. Let me check. The Scania R2009 are the only one, and the DAF XF Superspace are the only other ones that could be filled up. So let's go look up the DAF. The XF Space, not the Superspace. We've got one there for pretty cheap. And we also got the Scania Streamline. I don't think we own a Scania Stream Top Line. I will buy the Scania Stream Top Line because it is right there and I don't think we own one. But we need to buy you for sure. And I believe you can go there for it. And then the Scania, I will purchase you as well, and I think we can put you up in over here. Here in Davenport for now. The Scania the Scania one could use that. We're just gonna buy them for now. We'll go to truck up. No, services, company, truck manager. We're going to look at the Scania S's. We're gonna upgrade the Scania S's to meet a higher standard. They're gonna go to 730 on all of our Scania S's. No, you. All of the Scania S's are going to get upgraded to that 730. To the 730 because they have the best already. For that, they're just going to get upgraded to the 730 on all of the Scanias, because the point of the matter is the Scanias need to need to have a higher and better speed for a lot of their trucking capabilities. I don't think that yeah, those can't be upgraded. This Scania S can be upgraded because we need to get our Scanias fully upgraded to meet that standard. To meet that high standard. The EVGA Stralis, I only think it can go to 560. We might be able to get it up to... Yeah, it can only go to 560 on it. So, yeah, EVGAs are already there. The DAF for Paul F. Now, that Paul F looks like somebody I recognize from... and you're already there. The DAF XF Superspace can't go any higher. The Volvo FH3s can't go any higher. Um, I think the Scania Rs can go higher, if I'm not mistaken. Um, nope, they can only go to 730. Um, this DAF right here needs to get upgraded, dramatically. Um, we're gonna upgrade it to the tag lift, into the 580. Upgrade you to the super space. The 16 speed retarder. It'll just stay standard. I don't care. It's standard. Just keeping it to the standard, and then we go down here. Um, um, and then we can confirm that order just right there for it. I'm wondering, yeah, we have that set up. Now I'm wondering if we copy your config, to the full config, to full config down here. That'll help. Over this one here. The Scania Streamline, will upgrade you. You have the top line. We do have the mid lift. The tag lift will improve, but I don't think we really, yeah, it's not going to change much of anything for us. So this one will stay the mid lift for a little while. But we'll do mine there. That'll say the mid lift for now. Because the only thing is if I were to upgrade the Scania Streamline, oops, downgrade the Scania Streamline, all it does is just gives me improved movability, but its effective wheelbase is a lot better. So it's like maneuverability is like not much. So nothing for that one. I think we'll do the streamlines and the mid lifts for it anyway. Now we can select hire a driver. Don't care, you're hired. Okay. So now let's go to company. Let's go to garage. Company, let's go to services, garage purchase. Okay. And then let me go look up. Okay. Okay. Let me see, because I want to see... Here's what we can do. And we can purchase there, in Iceland. We do already have a Norway. Do we have Spain? We have Barcelona down there. Sweden. Okay, so Denmark is over here. Denmark is there, so... Do we have one in Germany? Do have one in Germany, that's where I started. So let's go with Iceland then. For our new setup. So then we go to Truck Manager. Relocate. Over there. Now we can do that. I'm still gonna stick with the truck I've got, I think. Because there's no point in us switching right now. Because the me here, I am already using the Scania R2009 top line, which, if we do it by truck management, the Scania Streamline 730 and the Scania R2009 is also 730, and so there's not really much difference in terms of it. If I were to upgrade it from here, I would have to pick it up myself, and I do have the mid lift, but I would have to change to the tag lift if I'm going to use it myself. Maybe we will use it myself. So then up here, no, it's gonna say stock for it. And then I really like the Lumen Marks one down here. Down here. Okay, then we've got up here we got that there, but I'm wanting that's the painted again. Holder Hydra LED. Lumen Mark 1 down here. I think we can manage to drive with this. And then we can use the Griffin 2, I think. Okay. That's actually gone particularly there. We have the vortex. Would that change? Um, change, because nothing really down here screams that. I don't think I have all the tuning packs. If I do get this, I entered into a giveaway for. I will put the stock V8 down there though. Just so that we know that it's a stock V8, and then we also go with painted. There. And we just basically do the same thing for both. Everything is pretty much that color there. We'll use the HS steel thing there. I'm going to take out the okay, so nothing for the HS tuning pack that would work for this. And I need to find the transgender flag for both up here. Okay. Then we go in here with the accessories. Take those out. Take out the cabin accessories as well. Take out the pride flags as well, just to see. Grant, like some of those things here. I got the Poland Cisco. Okay. Okay, so then we need the pride flags here. Flag there. Trans flag there, and then we also need the rainbow flag. The transgender flag there. Okay. Then we're gonna take out the crone. It'll leave any mug just to see if there is no matching material for it. So we'll add that in there because I think because we have to do this, and then we need to filter. dash. Take you out at least. No, you. And we'll take out the Crone one, Rocket League. And the cabin accessories. Okay. Not gonna put a lot of stuff in here right now. We'll confirm you. And then I think exclusive, the V8 exclusive. Yeah. We'll upgrade that to the V8 one. And down here we will go to the 3-spoke Pearl. We'll put our cell phone there. Okay, there we go. Don't really need much of anything else for it. Now let's go to trailer manager. We do not have a lot of trailers. I always like to have one in every area. So let me go to services. Let's go to trailer purchase. Let's go to my fleet configuration. Okay, so it's 61 for it. For it there. Let's not let's go find ourselves a place to fix our vehicle here. I will get some rest as well, because that's what we need. If we can't fix the vehicle right away, we'll just go get some rest, and then I can just go click drive the other vehicle as soon as I get that created, and we can go and drive and start in Iceland in our next episode, next live stream. To be honest, I am going to be done for the day though. For it. So that is pretty much what I've got left for today, and then we're getting off. I know this is getting myself a new garage area. We do have enough to because we can rest, and see, rest again. Probably won't have any rain. Let's just save the game now while we're here. under live, under today's live. Just for now, just in case something decides to crash up on us. Let's go to our truck. Our trailer. No, I said trailer purchase, not trailer. My fleet configuration. We'll go with this dry freighter side door. Not in Berlin, not over here, but way over here. Okay. For it. For us. Now, now if we're at 94, we have the everything necessarily required for it. So let's go over to services. Let's go to company driver manager. My driver, I would rather pick a different driver this time, just changing my driver. We can relocate you. Skills for myself, no new skills. We can come down here where is there where it says it's unavailable? It's right there. I'm hiring another driver. Victor. Don't care. You're hired. Really. And then I think what we do now is let's go down here to the to trailer purchase. We're going to take and we're going to purchase a we'll purchase a flatbed. Bed for Porto. But we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to do a custom configuration real quick. No, okay, no. Not the curtain side. I'm looking for I think I can customize this here. I just needed to get my logo on it, not looking for anything for it. And it's a lot cheaper to put my own thing on it than just leaving it natural white. For it. But yeah, I'm gonna cancel the modifications on that. Livestock painted. I think I could get a livestock one out here, having that being able to be used. Um, we'll just go with the smallest one. Just add a toolbox to it. Side protection. We'll just leave that standard. We'll just have a plastic box down there. Just leave that painted. Painted exclusive. No, we'll just leave it standard. We could go standard painted that way, I think. But then we'll add the light chrome 5 on both ends. Fans painted there. Then we add the exclusive, because I want to be able to make sure that animals are fully there. We'll confirm. We'll purchase you, and I think what we'll do is we'll put you down here in Porto. And then that's going to be it for today. If you guys want to see more content, make sure you guys are followed. Sorry, I know I probably am a lot longer than I should have been for today. But anyway, because I need to get this done so we can get going. Anyway, next time we'll get into traveling into Iceland. So anyway, we will catch you guys later. Bye! Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, it's greatly appreciated. Make sure you hit that bell notification with the all. If you're on TikTok or Trovo, hit that follow. It really greatly appreciates it there. Thanks, Julia Vorses, for joining the stream. Sorry if I didn't get to your text messages. I was checking a thing to where we can put our business next. So